Welcome to the show, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope that a lot of people are out there wearing green or not. We're going to talk a little bit about this today. I have with me Alexandra Seals. And Alexandra, you are originally born in Germany.
Yes.
But you married
An Irish. Yes.
And you sound more Irish sometimes to me.
It's
Kind of
because-
comes back and forth.
Yeah, it's Irish by
Depends.
injection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were the best person. Today we're going to talk a little bit about, obviously we'll talk about you for a little bit, but I do want to talk about St. Patty's Day because you of
Little
all
bit of the
people know
tradition,
more
yes.
about it than anyone.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm like anyone, but I know a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you wore green because otherwise you would have been pinched.
I know, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have worn it.
Well, oh, you
Then
want
I
me to
could've-
pinch you?
No, but,
Well, you see I'm wearing the green scarf.
yes.
And you know where the green stuff came from, right? And on the Irish end.
Well, we're going to
has
talk
not-
about that, all that, but you wore a scarf on purpose, and why was that?
Well, I wore a scarf on purpose, so when I go home, because my Irish guy is home, and I call him my little leprechaun.
Uh-huh.
And so when I go home, I told him I'm going to take off, because the way it goes, people wear green because leprechauns cannot see you.
Oh.
Okay, and if you don't wear green, then they see you and they come right around and they pinch you.
And they pinch you.
Yeah, and so I said to my husband, I'm gonna wear just a scarf, so when I go home, my little leprechaun at home can see me and he can pinch me.
See how fun.
So,
Now, I want to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about, we're going to do a little trivia, we're going to do some things.
okay.
Because, first of all, what in fact is St. Patty's Day even about?
Well, it started later on. People just made a deal off it. But St. Patrick himself, he actually is not even Irish. Okay, he's English.
I told you there was something wrong from the get-go.
Yeah, it is always. There's always something a little bit more to it. But he was born in England, and then the pirates actually took him to Ireland when he was 16 years old as a slave.
Okay.
And so then he grew up and he did a lot of good stuff. And he was like, he helped the children and the orphanage, and he was very religious, but he never actually became a saint. So the Catholic Church never made him a saint, but they call him Saint Patrick anyway.
They can get away with it when they drink a
course.
lot of beer,
Yeah.
especially when the beer is green.
Yeah, that's real scary.
Yeah.
But that came in Chicago, you know that?
No.
It's not even from Ireland either. Somebody just decided, let's do it green, and then Chicago does the river green too, remember that?
No.
You never know about that?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, careful now. But here's the thing about it. I mean, is St. Patrick's Day big in Ireland?
It has, over the years now,
Yeah.
yes. It's over the years now, it's in many
Everything
different
is fun
countries.
now.
Everything is fun now.
Yeah.
And the drinking just came in down the line,
Mhm.
so it didn't
That
start out
came
that
along
way.
with it because they've been drinking like that for a
Forever.
long
So
time.
they
Yeah.
need another reason to drink.
Right? Why not?
Yeah. And now we have it here too, so
Mhm.
we need reasons to drink it.
Right.
Drink more.
Mm.
Green.
So, okay, so then we said why green, okay? One of the things that I wanted to ask you was St. Patrick you told me, got rid of the snakes? What's
Well,
that about?
Well, so is the thing, so that's what they say in Ireland, that St. Patrick actually got rid of all the snakes in Ireland. And I used to go, really? Because Ireland is so cold. The snakes don't exist there anyway. So
they made it up.
Yeah, they made it up.
Well, that's okay. They like to make up a lot of things. They have fun. What about the pot of gold?
Well, so that came from the leprechaun. Okay, so the leprechauns would move their gold, so they say, like on a yearly basis. Okay, and so they always left a little trinket behind, and so nowadays they would give you a little box and they put a little chocolate gold coin into it,
Yeah.
and so that's where that came.
And do you keep that in a special place, like feng shui with a
No, you just eat it.
you just eat that, of course. So, but there are reasons for some of it, right? Okay, but it sounds to me like there's a little bit of wishy-washy going on from the get-go.
Yeah, every country has some wishy-washy.
Right, oh yeah.
And, the Irish just do a little bit more.
I went to the Irish Cultural Center with you.
Okay.
This was how long ago now? It's gotta be 4 or
that's-
5 years ago.
No, I think it was 23.
Okay, what is it, 23?
Yeah, it was
I think
23.
I think COVID, no, was COVID still? No, I don't remember.
I think it was it after?
Has anybody out there, if you've ever heard of the Irish Cultural Center, it is really very cool.
Right.
So talk a little bit about
actually,
that.
Seamus and I are some of the founding members.
Yeah.
So we started out right from the get-go. And we have a plaque in the Irish Culture Centre with our names on it. And Seamus got on 23, that's when you went there, he got the Cara Award, okay?
And that is?
And that is actually, they call it soul friends, So the belief is that when people pass away, they'll find each other again, so soulmates will find each other again.
Uh-huh.
And so it's soul friends.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But I think from the Culture Center it's a little bit different because, a lot of things were done. Seamus did a lot of stuff with the Culture Center. Kingswell and Marble did a lot of stuff with the Culture Center.
You got to
And
check
so
out, if you've never been to
that's-
the Irish Cultural Center. First of all, I want to tell the story of what I got. I had a tour, special grand tour of it. But also what was so cool is how they brought the stone, okay?
Yes.
I think it was from Ireland. I don't know,
Yes.
was it?
Yeah, that's the Liscannor stone.
And the fireplace,
Yes.
right? It's like a replica of what would have been
Authentic.
a long
Yeah.
time ago,
Yeah. And so what it is the Liscannor stone, and it comes in from the Cliffs of Moors, and that's the only place in the world where you find that stone. And you see that stone is like a flagstone,
Mm-hmm.
but more dense, and it's almost, I call it like little worms go all over the place. It's
Yes.
almost like worm-like, but it's really soft to walk on.
Oh, yeah?
And they used to put it back then into the pubs and housing and
And the
everything
walls.
else. Yeah, and it
Mhm.
lasts forever, it doesn't wear down.
Yeah.
Okay. So we actually brought it in from Ireland, and that was a chore. Oh God, it was fun. It was like 6 months
Wow.
before we even be able to get it in. And a lot of it is, these farmers will deal with it and so on. And when you go, hey, we need the stone, well, tomorrow, it's
That's the
raining
way they
today,
do that.
tomorrow, everything is just so laid
Tomorrow,
back.
tomorrow.
So we finally, because we needed it, so finally we had Seamus's brother and dad and them go there to the quarry, and they're loaded it so we can put it on a container and ship
Wow.
it out.
Yeah,
So-
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. If you've never been there before, you ought to check it out. Where is it located? I
Oh,
forgot.
it's right on Central
Mhm.
north of south of Camelback, sorry.
And when we were there,
Yeah.
they had the
Is
when
that,
they
no,
do-
it's not even Camelback, what am I
no,
talking about?
Camelback's over
Yeah,
here.
McDowell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's south of McDowell on Central. On the
I can only
west side.
tell you that it was just a really fun thing to do
Yeah.
and very different. You don't even know we have this here.
Right.
And but I love the way that we had the dancers,
Mhm.
right?
The Irish dancers.
The Irish dancers. That was really cool to see that. And
Well, they have a school here, that teach. the
I know.
Irish
You know how I
dancers.
know?
Hmm.
I got them on my show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
No
did.
kidding.
Yeah. They came on one time and it was really
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, yeah, I learned something new again from you today.
Now, before we go, we have 1 minute, and I do want to talk about the cabbage, corned beef and cabbage.
Oh,
Right.
Well, the corned beef and cabbage is not people have it now for St. Patrick's Day, but it's not actually original from Ireland anyway. It's nothing, people made it up and, they came to New York and there's a lot of Jewish people
Mhm.
and so they don't eat pork, so.
So they made it
Good.
corned beef.
Yeah, and in Ireland, it's actually, it used to be the pork, it still is. So
Mhm.
it's the salty pork with the cabbage, and now it's just, a ham,
Mhm.
not a ham, but a piece of pork,
Mhm.
and they boil it like everything else is boiled. And so.
And they put a carrot and a potato in there
Yeah,
too.
carrot and a potato
Yeah.
and some cabbage, and off you go.
And there you go. So we're going to go to a break. We're just having fun today. I absolutely love Alexandra. She's been on the show a lot, and she's with King's World of Marble. She's the owner of that. And I want you to know that if King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can. We're going to be back in just a minute. Is this okay?
Yes,
I had something in my mouth.
perfect. Really?
It was a piece of cabbage, actually.
No. Did you have cabbage?
I had coleslaw.
Yeah, oh,
I
okay.
made some coleslaw.
So Travis called me earlier, he texted me this morning, like at 5:30 in the morning, and he goes like, Are we working today? Because we never worked on Patrick's Day, because Seamus would usually play in the band.
Is he? Is he?
Well,
You should say it.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually they were the best Irish band. The McMurrows were the best West Coast Irish band in
Really?
the U.S.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah, so they used to go to Cleveland and Chicago and all kinds of toured around, especially now around the Irish time. You know.
What does he play?
He plays the bass player. So, and that's how I met him. Actually, was playing with the band.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and so.
Do you know the name of the band? Do you
Yeah,
remember?
of course, McMurrows.
What is it?
McMurrows.
McMurrows?
Mhm.
Where did they come up with that?
Two of the guys, what are the McMurrows? They're
Okay.
the ones who
Started.
yeah.
That's cool. I
Two-
want to
two
talk about that for
brothers,
sure.
and one of them used to be a firefighter. He retired last year. So, but yeah, so Travis called. He texted me. He goes like, "Are we working today? Is something changing? Because they're supposed to go to Maricopa today." And so I said to Seamus, I go, it's changing, huh? He goes like, well, if he wants the day off, give him the day off. So,
That's what's good about
so anyway,
this.
so he texts me later, he goes like, well, Mom, I'm making some corned beef and cabbage. Do you want to come for dinner? So that's what we have.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Jeez,
Does
sweet.
his girlfriend live in whatever?
Yeah.
She's not here right now, right? Or is
Yeah,
he-
she is here.
Oh, she's back? Because I remember you saying he was taking care of it.
Well, she went with her mom to Chicago and then back east somewhere.
Okay,
So
okay.
now that's long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's back. So.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's time goes so fast.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah. But now that's what he said. I'm like, all right, have the day off. And so now I'm getting a free dinner. Because I was going like, what do I cook today? Because usually we do the corned beef and cabbage. You know? And so Travis was like, oh, we're doing corned beef and no cooking.
He knows how to make it.
Hey,
Most
come on, Mama taught him how to cook. So.
Because it's never that great.
You
we
know
put
what?
it-
You know what? I don't like corned beef and cabbage, but since I have the pressure cooker
Mhm.
and I make it in the pressure cooker, I actually like it.
Yeah. Do you put your own spices in it?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just use-
Well, I use the spices that comes with it, but I also do my broth and stuff like this, and it really, there's something about the meat, it really comes out.
Well,
much
in a
better.
pressure cooker, probably
yeah,
keeps it warm. I don't know, because
No, it keeps the flavor.
that's good.
Yeah, it keeps the flavor so much better, but instead to boil it or something, I never like that.
I don't either. There
No,
we go.
there we go again.
So welcome back, everyone. We were talking with Alexandra Seals, and she's the owner of King's World of Marble. And you have to do a little plug, a little bit about, with what you all do, and how long you've been around, and how much work you've done around the city.
Okay, well, we started here in 1995, and we had a full fabrication shop at that time, so we did fabrication installation, and then later on the years, the city of Phoenix basically relocated everybody, so we decided not to reopen the shop because it was just a pain,
Everybody's doing
Yeah.
it anyway.
Well, no, it wasn't just that, but it was just, it was really at the downside when everything crashed and everything was
Oh,
bad, and then
okay.
the city didn't relocate you right, and
Mhm.
but literally out of 60 businesses, I think 5 of them got relocated, the rest went belly up.
Mm.
And so anyway, so we moved it into the maintenance and restoration, and we always wanted to do that anyway, because everybody else does fabrication, so we moved it into this. So we've been doing since 2010, actually, we do the full restoration now. And so Seamus learned it in Ireland, England, and Australia, so he's really versed. Travis came on board when he was 16, 17 years old, and he's been doing it for 30 years now. Yeah, 30 years, he says. And then, of course, I had to be trained too. I was trained, So, and we really, I have to say, plus we are European trained, so our training is totally different anyway. Like I said, Travis had to do 7 years of apprenticeship, okay? So you really learn stuff.
Well, when you're having something restored, you really want somebody who knows what they're doing. And we've talked a lot about some of the different things that you do, and I never even thought about artwork,
Yeah,
but you've brought it up before many
Yeah.
times, and, if you're gonna have somebody work on it, you want somebody who knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
With anything, really.
But that's with anything, even, just touching the surface of the countertop itself. I mean, a lot of times they're doing seam, okay, so a top polished seam. And there's many times they don't get the polish right back again as the factory. And so there's a lot of, it's just like I said, you really need to know what you're doing. And people go cheap at times, you know, they have a crack or something, and then somebody just throws some silicone in or some putty or God knows what, and then it cracks again, and so, yeah, it's not cheap. Okay, but instead to throw the whole thing out, you can have it restored for a fraction of the cost.
Of the cost,
you know,
right.
And now it's gotten really stupid money, literally. I mean, you know, all the
To buy all that, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so you literally you're spending thousands, okay, and then all of a sudden you have a crack.
But here's the thing, folks, you have to maintain it. And that is the biggest thing, is nobody maintains it, nobody even thinks about it until it's something happens.
Exactly. And then when something happens, then even then they wait and the crack is there or something is going on, and then when we come in, people go like, oh my goodness, I've never seen my countertop look that good. Because it's been in for years and you forget,
Right.
you know, what it really is supposed to look like. And even the feel itself, it's nice and soft, and then everything in the natural stone, what's in the stone, it just pops.
You know, and a lot of people, when you move into a home, you don't even know what it was supposed to look like, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Most people don't know the difference
Exactly.
until you see it.
And like I said, I mean, we're doing natural stones now for years. Okay, so let's talk about the last 30 years when it really became in and affordable for anybody. And so, you know, some stone is in there for 30 years and never got touched. Okay, and so, yeah, but I always says, you know, get it sealed. It's an open stone. It's like, hello,
Right.
think about it.
Why
all
do people
seeps
not?
into
I don't.
it.
Well, they just don't take that extra step, because they don't think they have to
Exactly.
again until it's too late.
Exactly.
All right, let's go back to talking about
The
you know
Irish.
the Irish, okay? And we were talking about corned beef and cabbage, and you had something to say, because I was telling you I never make it good, and you go, oh, you know,
Right.
you have to make it my way. So tell
Well,
everybody what you do.
I never liked corned beef and cabbage either. I liked the cabbage, but I wasn't into the corned beef until I got the pressure cooker. And I cooked it one time in the pressure cooker, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my goodness, it came out the flavor is so much
Because
better.
its flavor stayed in
Yes,
instead
it
of
stays
coming out.
in, and
Yeah.
you know, when you boil it, you boil it half to death anyway,
Exactly.
most people do. And
Yeah.
it gets grainy and so I never was into it. But that time when I started making it myself in the pressure cooker, and I'm like, oh my God, it's such a difference. So folks out there, don't
use your
boil
pressure-
don't boil it to death. Pressure cooker, 1 hour, and you're good to go.
Now, I also want to talk about your hubby,
My hubby.
who, I have to say, how long have you been married?
Well, married not so long. I don't know. When did I get married?
Long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
It had to be like 20 something.
Okay.
206,
So,
207.
but you have the
Okay.
cutest little marriage, you know, you love each other so much, and you can see it. You should see when he kisses her in the morning, it's so cute.
That's right, you see it.
I've seen it because we've been on a Zoom call,
That's
and
right.
the next thing I know, he comes in and he's got it looks like a giraffe coming down. He's so cute.
Yeah, we've been together for 30 years now.
Yeah.
And so, yes, and I always call him my girlfriend. Okay, because your girlfriend, you can say anything and everything to it. And that's my hobby. I can say anything, be myself, do
I
whatever.
love that.
So he's my girl. He's
Mhm.
like my girlfriend. And so, or my little leprechaun.
And
And he makes me coffee every morning for 30 years.
Listen to that,
Okay,
folks.
every morning at 5:15, my coffee comes to me in bed.
Oh.
And then Sunday, I get the traditional Irish thing. It's a soft-boiled egg and a toast, or
Mhm.
sometimes a full Irish breakfast. And he's been doing that for 30 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetheart. He
He
really
is.
is.
Yeah.
He's also a musician.
That's right.
And I want to talk a little bit about his band.
That's actually how I met him. I met him through a mutual friend, and so she goes like, "You always go. I go with you over here. You need to go with me to an Irish pub." And I'm like, "I don't do Irish pubs." Well, you got to do it. So I did, and he played with his band at that time, and they're called the McMurrows. And the McMurrows literally used to be the best West Coast Irish band in the U.S.
Neat.
Okay, and so of course everybody's an age and retired and all kinds of stuff, so they all become little oldie fogies, and then
Oldie fogies.
oldie fogies, and then of course the two guys who started it, the McMurrows, is Jerry and John. John was the firefighter and don't drink, and Jerry makes up for it. And so anyway, that's how Seamus ended up in their band. That's why it calls them McMorrows. And so they're played for many years. I mean, even like East Coast, Chicago, and different places back east. I was like, okay, I can't remember.
Well, is that who I saw when he was playing at the
That's
Irish
right, you've seen him play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen him play. And they used to go regular. Now, we just, matter of fact, they're playing in April, I think. Yeah, April they're gonna play out on the west side at the Wolfhound.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I wish
because
I
it's
knew
a
that.
it's a private thing.
Is there a website where people can go to see, like, maybe, or no?
Well, I usually post it or whatever, but it's like a private birthday, but they're doing it in an Irish pub,
Okay.
so they're gonna play there. But they're only gonna play.
I
think,
know
for
a
about an
question.
hour. Sure.
What's the best Irish pub here?
Oh, I'm not gonna say.
Okay. Darn.
Darn. So, because if I say this one is better, then all of a sudden, keep in mind, we still associate with them. I was like, you didn't
Okay.
tell me my
Okay.
name.
I get that, okay.
So,
Let's go ahead.
I'm
I
just
got a
gonna
cough
be,
going.
but they're gonna play at the Irish Wolfhound, so that's where they're gonna play.
Okay.
And that's gonna be in April, I believe, 26th,
Mhm.
something like that.
Well,
So-
a lot of people they like to go to pubs, they like to, this
Oh, yeah.
Irish music, and it's big here.
Oh, it's totally.
There's even a magazine here
Yeah.
that I've seen that is like an Irish magazine.
Shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I never was into it until my girlfriend kind of shamed me into it, and I'm like, all right, I'll
Aren't you
go.
glad you went now?
I do. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have met Seamus.
Exactly.
So, hey, it's good things,
So go on and talk before I die here.
Don't die on me now. So,
I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah,
I
she's
thought
sick.
no, I'm not sick, but I
Yeah.
have,
You have a cough.
yeah, but you know
Allergy.
that you were talking about the Irish frogs.
The frogs.
Yeah, it's in my throat. That's where it went.
That's where it is. There you go. Yeah. It fits today.
I know. I'm sorry,
Cough
folks.
it
I
out.
really am. Anyway,
There you
I am. Stop making me laugh.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. What else should we ask? What about why green? Did we ask that?
I think
We did
because
because
it
you
was
said
the leprechaun. Yeah.
right.
So,
And-
I think he's listening today. So.
Is whose your husband?
Yeah. I
Well,
think
tell
he is.
him. Say happy St. Patrick's Day to him or
I
something.
already told him.
Well, not on the radio.
Honey, I'd be home soon, and I'd take off my scarf. You can pinch me.
There you go. I'm sure now he loved that.
And I'm gonna tell him Kate Mila Foicha.
No, say that right in there.
Kate Mila Foicha.
And tell him what that means.
That means 1,000 welcomes.
Welcome.
And my mother-in-law is gonna be, her name is Bridie King. She's gonna be so proud of me that I can actually say that.
You know what? It's awesome. Thank you for being here today.
You're
And
welcome.
folks, you know what? I absolutely love, that's what I love about you, because you're just so easy. We could do whatever. And it was St. Patrick's Day today, so we figured we'd have a little fun with it.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't even have their information. Check them out on their website. It's kingsworldofmarble.org.
There you go.